In this video, I'm going to give a preview of the July 2025 BTO launch. Let's talk about the Clementi BTO. When I did my research for this project, I was pleasantly surprised that the government released this plot of land to be a BTO because honestly, it could have been a great location for a condo. It is within walking distance to the Clementi MRT station and also Clementi Mall. In total, there will be 750 units offered here, which is quite a lot. The flat type offered include 2-room flexi, 3-room and 4-room flat. So unfortunately, there's no 5-room flat here. On site, there will be an eating house, mini mart, and also preschool for your convenience. I think this is yet again another potential $1 million resale flat producer in the future, so I wouldn't be surprised if they slap this project with a 10-year MOP and the rest of our beloved restrictions. Now, let's talk about the location. So this is the map that is being given by HDB, and if we check the Google map, I believe the land plot is right over here, between Clementi Avenue 6 and also Commonwealth Avenue West. Currently, it's quite a large empty plot, so no wonder that they are planning to build 750 units here. Clementi MRT station is just right over here, and Clementi Shopping Mall is also over here. So it's definitely within walking distance. If you are working in the CBD area, Clementi MRT to Raffles Place MRT station is about 24 minutes by MRT, so that's very good. I think you won't have any problem renting out rooms. Unfortunately, you won't be able to rent out the whole flat even after MOP because of the new HDB classification ruling. Pretending to lock one room to rent out the whole flat can risk the apartment getting confiscated by HDB, so I don't recommend it. By the way, Clementi MRT will be the interchange between East-West Line and the upcoming Cross Island Line, which will connect you to Ang Mo Kio, Punggol, Aviation Park, and many more. That's definitely a boost in terms of connectivity. This project also has a very unique selling point because it is very close to Nanhua Primary School, which is quite popular. I mean, I understand that every school is supposed to be a good school, right? But in reality, Nanhua Primary is said to be ranked third for primary schools in Singapore according to one article on the internet. This is unofficial ranking lah, but if we look at the facts, this school is oversubscribed, so clearly there's a lot of interest from parents. Other than that, you also have other schools such as Clementi Primary School, Clementi Town Secondary School, Peitong Primary, Nanhua High School, Singapore Poly is also right over here, and many more. Although school options might not be relevant to you, it's definitely still a plus point to attract future buyers. On top of that, I also appreciate the fact that there will be a polyclinic next to the site. This will be very helpful for seniors and also families with young children, especially if your child still needs vaccination and other checkups. What about amenities such as supermarket, shops, and restaurants? Well, most of them are located near the Clementi MRT station. There you can find Fair Price, ABC, Scarlet Supermarket, Courts, and many more. Here's the list of hawker centers nearby for your reference. Feel free to pause the video as I am not going to read them one by one. If you like to exercise, there's also an active SD sports stadium and swimming pool, but it's a little bit far, so you'll have to take a bus to get there. Okay, now let's discuss the pros and cons, starting with the pros first. I think the location is very good. It is within walking distance to the Clementi MRT station, which will serve both the East-West Line and the Cross Island Line. And also, it gives you a reasonable commute time to the CBD area. And also, it is within walking distance to shops and malls. So all of those are great. It is also close to popular schools, which is a unique competitive advantage which will come in really handy when you want to sell the flat in the future. I also like the fact that it's quite a big development with a total of 750 units. This is particularly relevant if you are thinking of reselling the flat after MOP. A lively historical transaction will be a good benchmark to sell your flat for a higher price. You will have on-site facilities such as an eating house, mini mart, and preschool, and on top of that, there will also be a polyclinic next door. Another benefit that might not come obvious to people is that this is the only BTO launch in the Clementi area this time around. Why is that a good thing? Well, the new HDB rule stated that you can only apply for the town and flat type without being able to pick a particular project. So this time around, if you pick the Clementi Forum flat for example, then you can know for sure you are applying for this particular BTO. This is unlike Bukit Merah where there are two BTO launch at the same time and you cannot pick the specific project in case you have an inclination towards either one of them. Although personally, I think both of them are great. In terms of reselling later down the road, if you buy a forum flat here, I think it should not be difficult to resell it down the line as long as the price is right. This area is very high in demand. Could you sell it for over $1 million? Yeah, I think so, as long as you can get a high floor unit, preferably not facing the train track, and assuming the government doesn't release any additional cooling measures that will hurt the resale market. What about the downside? Well, depending on your stack, you might be able to hear the MRT train track noise clearly. Commonwealth Avenue is also a very busy road, so let's just say the area is very lively. If you want a quieter facing, you must pick the stack that is facing the Clementi Town Secondary School or facing another high-rise residential building. The tough restrictions are also part of the deal if you want to get a flat here, so you have to be prepared not being able to rent out the whole flat even after MOP, pay the subsidy recovery, enduring the 10-year MOP, etc. For smaller units, you might have difficulty selling your flat here because most buyers will be concerned with the tough restrictions, so that is something to watch out for. In summary, this project is another solid choice, especially if you prefer the west side. It's great for families, seniors, and also singles. There's really something for everyone. Personally, I'm very excited with the different options offered in this July BTO. And no, this video is not sponsored by HDB. If you would like to know more about the upcoming BTO launch, check out my channel as I have more videos about this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!